Let's begin. Place your hands in a mudra or gesture that offers you a sense of safety, a feeling of safety and groundedness. It might be placing a hand at your heart center and a hand on the ground, or something that feels like stable support beneath you. Close your eyes or steady a soft gaze at one spot, maybe at eye level. And feel your body breathing on its own. Sense the ways that life force energy circulates into your body and how your body naturally breathes out what it no longer needs. Now, what is perhaps a recurring shadow emotion for you? Meaning, are there any difficult emotions that you may tend to carry thematically from the past? Like for me, I mentioned inadequacy or feelings of unworthiness. Maybe it's a feeling that you've had since childhood that gets stirred up in certain situations even now. Again, only continue with this meditation if you feel resourced enough to address it. If you're suffering from any deep trauma, make sure to consult with a professional mental therapist. If you're ready to continue, think of a recent moment in which you felt triggered, when you felt a rise of heightened, difficult emotion that came out of a maybe mundane or not equatable type of circumstance. Maybe somebody said something and inside of you there was a pronounced heightened emotion that challenged you. As you recall a certain kind of situation, pinpoint that emotion. Feel it in your body. See if you can name it succinctly. Anger, sadness, disappointment, whatever it may be. Now, I invite you to go down memory lane of earlier times in your life, maybe even as young as 3 years old or as early as you have memory. And see if you can remember a certain situation in which a similar feeling may have come up for you, where a situation might seem parallel to the one that recently triggered you. Notice if this is something that's not only happened once, but in different kinds of situations. Choose one of those earlier events in your life, and now let's begin the practice of rain with it. Starting with recognizing what that feeling is. Allow a moment to recall the situation. using your senses, visualizing where it was, who was there, hearing what was said or not said, and feeling the emotion and its presence in your physical body. That brings us to the next step in rain, which is to allow space for that difficult emotion to be as it is. Be in touch with the aliveness of it, the sensations, how it affects your breathing. You might even make the facial expression that it elicits. As I asked you before in our physical practice, let's bring compassion, care, the intention for even practicing this meditation and remembering a hurtful event. The intention is to heal suffering. So let's investigate the next step in rain. Can you ask that difficult emotion what its message is to you? Can you ask that younger version of you experiencing it what it needs? And knowing what you know now as the older version of you, let's step into the last stage of rain, nurture. In what way can you nurture that younger version of you with loving kindness, with listening support, with caring wisdom? In my own practice of this, I simply but sincerely said, I love you, repeatedly to that younger version of myself. So if it's difficult to find other words and it feels genuine to you, you might tell that younger version of you, I love you. You might even say it out loud several times. Allow your body to make any gesture of loving support. Maybe giving yourself a hug, placing 2 hands at your heart center, whatever feels like tenderness to you. Notice how you're feeling now. Remembering that self-compassion is an ongoing practice. How might you bring that into other areas of your day or life so that we can also be available to practice compassion with the world around us?